Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'll be playing some more Dragon Age Veilguard. This time I'll be using my RTX 3090 and 7900X 3D system just to see how things perform at native 1440p. So I'm going to take you through the settings now. In terms of display, playing at a resolution of 2560 by 1440 at 75 Hz. And in terms of graphics, everything is at ultra, and you can see HBAO is grayed out because that's been done by ray tracing. So with ray tracing you can have selected, but I've opted to have all ray tracing on, as you can see. And the only thing I've really turned off is motion blur and vignette, just a personal choice for me. Just want to make it clear as well, I'm not using any upscaling. So as you can see here, you do have options to have upsampling, but I'm not using that. And anti-aliasing is done by deep learning anti-aliasing. This is exclusive to NVIDIA cards, of course. So let's see how the RTX 3090 performs. NVIDIA's last gen flagship should be able to, or you would expect it at least, be able to handle itself at 1440p. So I've done the opening scenes of Veilguard, very action-packed. And I enjoyed that, and things are going to obviously slow down a touch now, so I guess we'll learn a lot more mechanics and what exactly we have to do to progress. So I don't expect this part of the game to be as enjoyable, but let's see what we have in store. Performance inside though is pretty good at the moment, just over 80 FPS.
Look who's with us.
We're really in the fade.
Land of raw magic, nightmares, and this, apparently. It's a lot to take in.
Harding thought we should talk about what comes next.
She's not wrong. But if you need a breather, can't hurt to look around first.
Okay, so I've just got to level up. So right now I've got the ability driving kick. Trait tumbling blades. Use your speed to unleash a powerful attack immediately after performing a combat roll. Could be useful. Counter blow. Deflect your enemy's attack and perform a powerful counter attack. Useful. Gain precision after successfully perfect defense. So it kind of rewards you for being defensively responsible. That works for me. Anyway, I'm not going to do any sightseeing right now. I just want to kind of keep focused on the main story. Let's put the OSD back on.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Hey. Varric made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks. We all did.
And now Solus is gone. And we're here. Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the Lighthouse.
He did? When?
Sorry. It was while I was unconscious. Solus appeared in my dream.
Really? I'm glad you're all right.
From what I saw, he's trapped in the Fade now. Not here, but some kind of prison.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Solus can speak with people in their dreams. Even kill them.
He said our connection wasn't strong enough for him to do that. He could only reach me because I bled at the ritual site when I got banged up.
So Solus is using blood magic, like any normal mage would to play with your mind.
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
Putting together a nice ritual doesn't make him a god.
Exactly. Let's just stick to the facts here.
I don't care about the philosophy. In terms of his power against ours, he's a god.
All right, well, we've stopped the ritual and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything. But we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had 2 of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elganan and Gillenane. 2 of the ancient elven gods that Solus rebelled against. They're our next target.
So we set our sights on a pair of elven gods. Like it's easy.
Who else is gonna do it? If they're loose, they need killing.
They were evil tyrants who enslaved their people. We need to stop them.
Solus says Elganan and Gillenane drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have 2. And they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to get out there and stop them.
Just like that, without Varric. And you're still getting back on your feet.
I'm fine. We can't just sit here and do nothing.
We need to investigate. Figure out what we're dealing with before we rush in and make things worse.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
Who's got a point?
If Elganan and Gillenane are worse than Solus, we don't have time to waste. We need to act now.
We don't know what they can do or what they want. We don't even know if Solus is telling the truth.
I'm not saying we go in blind. This time, if we see a shot, we take it.
All right. The last place we saw them was the ritual site.
The eluvian took us here from the ritual site, instead of back to Minrathous.
Then let's hope it takes us back.
Harding, you okay to go?
I'm not gonna sit back while elven gods destroy the world because I have a headache.
All right then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
The eluvian has its own special room. It's just down the stairs.
Harding took a beating. One thing the game does really well is the hair physics. That's kind of reminiscent of when I first saw Trez effects on the Tomb Raider 2013 reboot. It's kind of something a little different, but they've done that pretty well. Get used to this place. So we go downstairs and maybe there's a portal or something we can use to get out of here. So far the RTX 3090 holding its own, but we haven't gone good out in the open, so there still might be situations where it doesn't do so well, but we'll see. 7900X 3D, having no issues there.
For all we know, there's a dozen demons waiting on the other side of that eluvian.
If it even takes us back to Arlefin.
Harding, you sure you're up for this?
I'm fine.
Well then. Shall we?
Let's do this.
It's quiet. Well, isn't that a surprise?
There's the ritual site. But if the gods really did get out, they're not here anymore.
Right, let's take a look around and see if we can find...
Strife? Irlin? It's me, Lace Harding.
Harding? What are you doing back in Arlington?
It's complicated.
I can see that.
Rook, Nev, this is Strife and Irlin. Varric and I met them when we first started hunting down Solus. They're veil jumpers, experts in ancient Elven magic.
Hardly experts. I should have been able to shut that artifact down. I'm sorry, Tarith.
It's not your fault. Since the sky ripped open, the magic's been surging. Bunch of artifacts that had been dormant for centuries started coming alive. This is because of Finn Harel's, Solus's ritual, isn't it? You all were supposed to stop him.
Yeah, well, it didn't quite work out for us.
We found Solus and stopped his ritual, but things took a turn.
The magic went wild. Solus was dragged into the Fade, into some kind of prison.
But when he went in, something, or someone else got out.
Elganon and Gillenane, supposedly.
Mathalanost.
The return of our gods, the Evanurus.
If those two are back out in the world, it explains a lot.
Like what?
Artifacts that have been dormant for centuries are awakening. Something that would need a source of tremendous magical energy, like two of our old gods.
Okay, let's just skip all of the meaningless dribble. Let's just get to it.
So Elganon and Gillenane are loose. Which means what?
You thought Solus was bad. He's a bit of a bastard, true. But next to them, let's just say they weren't known for their kindness.
There's a reason Solus led a rebellion against the Evanurus, and a reason he imprisoned them.
But now they've escaped.
Tarith is in bad shape. We need to get him back to the camp.
We've still got dozens of veil jumpers unaccounted for.
How can we help?
We need to find Bellara Lutare. She's the best there is at working with our ancient artifacts.
And also at blowing them up.
She was off looking for another artifact before this ritual shook everything loose. If anyone can get a handle on all this wild magic and the artifacts it's setting off, it'll be her.
Right. Then you two get your friend back to your camp and we'll find Bellara.
Yeah, Harding's a little banged up, but I'll tell her to stay here.
Harding, I need you to stay with the veil jumpers. Nev and I can handle this.
I'm fine.
No, you're not. Until you've recovered from your injuries, you're a liability.
Fine.
We'll meet you back at the Veil Jumper camp. It's just south of here.
Bellara's out near some Elven ruins to the west. At least she was 3 days ago. I'd start your search there.
Good luck, Rook. And thank you.
I kind of recognize that voice actor, the other guy. I'm not too sure what race he is, but he sounds like that actor from that Bulletstorm game, the main character. I could be wrong. I might have to actually look at the cast and see.
Is it me? Or is there something strange about this fog?
I've never seen fog like this. Something's not right.
Well, let's investigate. So as you can see in the kind of cinematic scenes, you can't hold 60 FPS. I reserved that as well. Even on my RTX 4090 at 4K, that was the same, but in the very, let's say...
So that suit of armor is moving.
Change to the sword and shield. Try to do some parrying. This one's pretty strong.
Gotcha. Oh, people. Where'd you come from?
Bellara? Bellara Lutare. Strife and Irulan sent us to find you.
Who are you, exactly?
Call me Rook.
Nev Gallus.
Wait, I know that name! But protocol is to wait a full week before they send anyone out to look for me? I've only been gone 3 days.
Well, the situation's changed. For the worse, unfortunately. The Elven gods Elganan and Gillenane have escaped from Fen'Harel's prison. And it seems like they want to destroy the world.
Oh, yes, that is very much for the worse. Okay, wait. I need a second.
Like I said, end of the world? You can mull it over later.
It does sort of explain a few things, though.
Like what exactly?
The surge of raw magic in the area. These artifacts started waking up a while ago, but in fits and starts. One here, a couple there. Then, a couple of days ago, the sky split open. And now, raw magic. Thick as fog. Only a god, or gods, could have done that. There's something kind of exciting about it. And dangerous. Really dangerous. Dangerous enough that I was gonna head back to the Veil-Jumper camp, but...
But what?
See that shimmer? That's a veil bubble. It's separating us from the rest of the real world, so to speak. You can only pass through it one way. Once you're in, you can't get out.
We don't have time for this. Let's just force our way out.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I don't know what contacting that much raw magic would do to you. But there's another way. A bubble like that? There has to be something at the center that's generating it. Something powerful. If we can find it and remove it, safely, I mean, the bubble itself should collapse.
And then we're back in reality?
I sure hope so.
Well then, let's get going.
Starting to warm to the stylized graphics. At first I wasn't quite sure, but it's not too bad. At least in the cutscenes, the characters look incredibly detailed. But I understand when people say that it doesn't look realistic, which is true. It's like almost like a Disney movie, Pixar type animation.
I've been trying to get to the artifact at the center of the bubble, but these magical constructs keep getting in the way.
A few dozen demons shouldn't be a problem.
Spirits, not demons. They're animating those suits of armor. The armor's attuned to the artifact to protect it from threats.
Ah, and I'm guessing it sees us as threats.
Yep, seems that way. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to lock 60 FPS with an RTX 3090 natively, at least. I would recommend using DLSS at the quality preset. You should probably be able to maintain it then. That will be like a separate video though. I'm not one to change settings while recording. But I just wanted to see what the old flagship could do. And yeah, I know it's 4 years old now, but it's kind of fallen off a little bit.
Is that water just swirling into the air?
We call that kind the whirlpool. The anomaly, I mean. Never seen one this size, though.
Yeah, well. This game makes use of a lot of cores and threads. That's because it is the Frostbite engine. It doesn't necessarily specify what version of Frostbite engine. Has obviously just made advancement to it. Whether it's called 3 or 4 or whatever, I'm not too sure.
Demons! Right where we need to go.
Let's deal with them.
Press RB to select companion ability. Okay, so interesting. So this is how you control what your companions do.
Beat the odds there.
Easy work. Okay, so holding the up on the D-pad kind of reminds you where the destination is.
Any ideas on what the artifact we're looking for might be?
I have a couple of theories, but nothing definite. We might find some clues in the ruins, though.
What do we have here?
I don't usually see elven ruins that haven't been picked over.
Not many people come this far into Arlathan. Just veil jumpers, mostly.
And people trying to save the world, apparently.
Well, isn't this a sight?
Wait, is this? No, it can't be. Not here.
Can't be what?
We have to get over there. The artifact we're looking for must be inside.
Do you know what this place was?
Could have been a temple, could have been where they stored food. But judging by the sentinels, it's probably something important.
Okay.
No way across. Think we can make the jump?
It almost feels like an armory, or something like that.
Why would there be an armory this far out?
Warlords. Ancient elves had a lot of them.
Got it.
Bring it over here and slot it in. And there we go. Easy.
Wow, isn't that something?
You can bet there's going to be puzzles based on these.
A resonance amplifier. It's drawing magic from the ring temple to this area. I need to shut it down before we can go up the path. But doing that will attract anything nasty that's hanging around.
We're ready.
So, what do we do to do it? Play bolts, maybe? Oh, she's got her own ability. Attack 1 and press B to dodge. Okay. Put that on your shield. That ice magic's pretty powerful.
Under fire! Watch it!
Okay, let's use some more projectiles. These guys are cooling down at the moment, so I'm going to try and close the distance. Okay. Still cooling down.
We're under fire! Look out!
This thing is quick.
That's the last of the magic energy. Path should be clear ahead.
I'll upgrade my skills another time. I think I'll be okay for now. Okay, got to fight another one of these.
Damn, another sentinel construct.
Right, I'm sure your magic will help out in this situation.
We'll have to take it down. Okay, easy enough. But watch out. Whenever you see one, there's more nearby.
Good to know.
Seeing these kinds of ruins never gets old.
Anything here that can help you piece together what exactly that artifact is?
I have a theory, but we're miles away from where that artifact should be.
Let's see what we have in here. A detached war axe. It could be interesting. More damage for sure. So, like, how your weapon appears is more of a cosmetic look, so you can obviously change that. But you still keep the stats, it seems. This one isn't a threat at the moment. It's interesting. Now it's a threat.
These constructs! It means I was right.
Right about what?
About where we are. Farmers. And I think I know what the artifact is. Left! Left!
I'll try to use a different weapon against this thing. So the heads up. Okay, that was a bit of an ambush, wasn't expecting that. So I know one of my company has got a replenishment, so can at least heal me up.
This is an armory. What sort of artifact are we finding? A weapon?
An archive spirit.
What?
A creature of the Fade, bound to a crystal. Ancient elves used them to store knowledge and to help them dream. Methalinast. Darkspawn.
Let's go.
Darkspawn. Here. I never would have believed it. Until today.
Anyway guys, that was just a look at Dragon Age Veilguard on the RTX 3090 1440p. A little bit more than it can handle with all the ray tracing enabled. I would suggest using DLSS at the quality preset just to kind of help boost those frame rates. Other than that, the game does play smooth and it looks great in some parts, not so good in others, but ultimately I'm quite happy with the performance. So that's pretty much it for me, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.